Hello, welcome to the second episode of Moxa Security Talks. I'm the host, my name is Jesse. Today we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, and that is the questions that we receive from our audience and customers, their top concerns regarding cybersecurity. To help us talk about this in more details, we have invited Martin Jenkner from Moxa Europe, who has over 20 years of experience in semiconductor industry and also 10 years of experience in OT networking. Hello Martin, can you hear us?
Hi Jesse, thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show. Now Martin, I have a list of questions here from our audience, and we were hoping that with your specialty and also your experience in the European market, you can help us answer some of these questions.
Sure, I'll try.
All right. Okay, so the first one, should I care about cybersecurity?
Yeah, this was a question that was around a couple of years ago when many people said, my business is too small, or I'm in a segment which is not interesting. My data is just not in the focus of attackers, and that has changed. We see threats all over the place. We even see that threats are being more targeted towards industry and even for specific targets. So basically we say today the answer is taking care about cybersecurity is taking care about your business.
That's a very interesting phrase, Martin. Taking care of cybersecurity is taking care of your business. I strongly agree with that one. So if the threats are real, as you say, what can we do to prevent them from happening? Is there like a best solution for our customers?
Well, there is an optimal solution, which is then the best solution, but typically it's an optimum between cost and risk. We believe cybersecurity is a balance between the cost you can afford and the risk you can accept.
So it's between the cost and also the risk. But isn't there like a silver bullet or something that we can use?
No, it is not. You have to look into your business processes, into your assets, and to see where is your most sensitive data. And if you're asking for a silver bullet, the optimum between cost and risk is the silver bullet.
Ah, I like that one. Okay, so the silver bullet that we're trying to find is actually the balance between the cost and the risk. So if like to those who don't really believe that cybersecurity and cyber threats are really happening in the real world, what do you have to say to them? Like, can you give us some examples?
Well, the press is full of those examples. Recently, Honda got attacked by ECANs. Some years ago, Norsk Hydro got attacked by ransomware. It cost them like 170 million euro at that time. A real huge amount of money, and this continues going.
So this is why you say taking care of cybersecurity is actually taking care of your business.
That's what I'm saying. It has become an essential part of business.
So if the silver bullet is the point where where cost and risk are balanced, what do you suggest our customers do to protect their business?
They should first start from, as I said, looking into the processes and assets, and then visibility is everything. They have to look into who's exchanging data in my organization, how does my network look like, and become visibility where is data stored and transferred. And from that, they will find the right places to protect, depending on the risk level or the security level they want to achieve.
I see. Is there like a guideline or framework? Because you just mentioned a lot of terminologies, and I think it might be a little bit confusing for our audiences. Can you tell us if you follow certain guidelines or
standards around, and a couple of them geared towards industrial segments. There are standards for marine, for power systems, and there is one that we adhere to. This is IEC 62443. That's focusing on industrial automation and control systems. And we believe this is the most prevalent standard these days, driving most of the industrial segments.
I see. So the keyword or the term I heard, security level, does that also belong to the IEC 62443 standard?
Yeah, that's one of the key thinking of IEC 62443, where they define 4 different security levels, starting from level 1, which is a non-intentional attacker, basically just a threat like you and me. ranging
Oh,
up to
okay.
even you, yeah, up to a level 4, where they consider nation-state hackers part of a strong organization with skilled people, clear targets, as the highest level of threat.
I see. So there are different kinds of attackers. This is what you're trying to say. You and I are possible to become, or likely to become, attackers.
Not attackers, but threats.
Threats. Okay, threats. And according to the standard, they have ways to defend against these kind of threats, and they are called security levels. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's the beauty of the standard. Once you have determined the level of security that you want to reach, the standard provides a kind of a checklist. For example, what you have to do with your components, your networks, how you have to, for example, configure your switches. It clearly tells you what you have to configure in order to reach level 1, 2, or 3.
Okay, so if I'm a business owner and I want to know which security level I'm on right now, but I have, say, for example, 1,000 devices in my network, those I know of, but what should I do? Do I go to these devices one by one? How do I check my security levels?
Well, as of today, that's not what the standard covers. Of course, that's the part of the manufacturer's implementation, but that's where network management software or systems come into the game. They have been around for years, just focusing on different parts of a network, like the performance, for example, and availability of networks, event logging and visualization. Now, we have at Moxa added what we call security view to our own network management software, which has a specific view on the security level of switches. So you can see at a glance if one switch is configured according to security level 1 or level 2.
I see. So it sounds like the tool that you're mentioning is quite handy. Does that apply to all the networking appliances?
So far, this is a proprietary solution that we have, and we can unfortunately just monitor our own switches, our own portfolio. We wish that there would be soon a standard and exchange format where switches can tell a network management software their state of configuration without disclosing, of course, the sensitive details.
Got it. I do hope that someday you guys can provide such a good version or a good tool of that version. A good version of that tool. So one last question, because we're running out of time. Can I say that if I have antivirus, that would be enough, or I still need other defense mechanisms in place?
Yeah, you're touching a good point, because configuration, of course, is not everything, and network segregation, for example, is not sufficient either. We see a real strong trend coming from IT level networks, actually, where it has been state of the art to use intrusion prevention systems covering whole networks by signature-based traffic analysis. And this is what we believe we have to drive in the future as well, bringing IPS technology down to OT level, scanning the traffic in every corner of the network, because we believe today even industrial networks have to be considered as zero trust networks.
Interesting to bring IPS into the OT networks, but let's save that to the next security talks. Thank you very much, because due to the time limit, I'm afraid the time is up. So I'll quickly do a recap, and you can let me know if it's correct or not. The first one is, you mentioned the threat is real when it comes to cybersecurity. It is threatening many businesses. The second is that there is no silver bullet at this point. And the third is that taking care of cybersecurity is actually taking care of your business, and it all starts from visibility. Is that correct?
That's in a nutshell what I was saying, yes.
Okay, all right, Martin Jenkner, thank you very much for joining our show today.
Thank you, Jesse, again for having me.
Thank you very much. So to those who are watching this, we have a next episode coming up. If you wish to know more about IPS, stay tuned on Moxa Security Talks. Thank you very much for watching.